Something guided you here. Not loudly, not urgently, just enough to make you stop and listen. When life speaks this way, it isn't trying to frighten you, it's trying to care for you. There are messages that reach us through the body, through emotion, through the gentle sense that we've been ignoring ourselves for too long. You may have felt it as restlessness, tension, or a quiet sadness you couldn't explain. This is not coincidence, and it's not pressure. It's a moment of connection, a reminder that your inner voice has never stopped speaking, you've just been busy surviving. Stay with these words. Listen closely. What you're about to hear is meant to soften you, guide you, and help you remember something important about yourself. My dear one, when something gently guides you to pause, even for a moment, that is no small event. It is life itself placing a soft hand on your shoulder. It does not pull, it does not push, it simply waits until you become still enough to notice. And the moment you pause, the moment you give just a breath of attention, something within you whispers, "Please listen, I have been trying to reach you." This whisper may not feel dramatic, it may not feel important at first, but it is. It is the beginning of your own return to yourself. For so long, you may have moved quickly, lived on autopilot, cared for others, fulfilled duties, pushed through discomfort. And in that pace, your inner truth did not vanish. It simply stepped into the background, waiting with infinite patience for the moment you would be ready to hear it. That moment is now. Let us begin with a slow breath. A soft inhale that fills the chest, a quiet exhale that releases any pressure you've been carrying. Feel how this breath gathers your scattered pieces, gently bringing you back into yourself. Your inner call rarely arrives as a thought. It arrives as feeling. Perhaps it was a heaviness behind your ribs, perhaps a quiet ache in the throat, perhaps a restlessness that made you feel unsettled for reasons you could not name. These sensations are not random. They are messages, gentle signals rising from the deepest part of you, saying, "Please notice me." We are taught to override these signals, to be strong, to endure, to dismiss quiet discomfort. Yet ignoring these feelings does not quiet them, it only delays their message. When you feel tension in your shoulders, that is your body saying you have carried too much. When your breath becomes shallow, it says you are moving too fast. When sadness rises unexpectedly, it says there is something inside that longs to be held. Your inner being never grows angry when ignored. It simply becomes more creative. If you do not hear it as emotion, it speaks through thought. If thought goes unnoticed, it speaks through the body. If the body's signals are dismissed, it speaks through restlessness, fatigue, or longing. It will use whatever language it must until you finally say, "I am listening." Let us breathe again slowly. Inhale presence. Exhale resistance. Feel how each breath brings you closer to the place where your truth lives. You may wonder why this message has arrived now, why this moment, why this video, why this exact breath. It is because something in you has softened just enough to receive it. Awareness cannot enter a closed heart, but the moment a small opening appears, even the slightest, the message flows in. You are ready to hear what you have not allowed yourself to hear. Your inner being knows this, even if your mind does not. Perhaps you have felt a quiet sense of imbalance lately, not enough to disrupt your life, but enough to make you wonder, is something within me trying to speak? Perhaps you have felt the need for rest, but pushed through. Perhaps you have sensed disappointment, but brushed it aside. Perhaps you have longed for peace, but did not know where to look. These are the footprints of an inner message approaching. Inner truth rises with patience. It never forces. It waits for gentleness. And now, in your willingness to pause, you have created the perfect conditions for truth to surface. Let us pause once more. Place a hand gently over your chest. Feel the warmth beneath your palm. This is where your message lives. When we talk about something wanting you to hear this, we are talking about the wisdom inside you that never left. You may have wandered far from your own tenderness. You may have silenced your needs in order to keep peace. You may have forced your heart to endure more than it wanted to. But still, your inner self did not close its door on you. It has been waiting with the same patience the sun gives to flowers, always offering warmth, never demanding bloom. Sometimes the call comes through contrast. You feel uneasy in a situation that once felt comfortable. You feel tired doing something that used to feel fine. You feel a quiet resistance to continuing in an old pattern. These are not signs of failure. They are signs of awakening. Let us breathe again. Inhale the possibility of awakening. Exhale the need to explain it. Awakening often begins wordlessly. There is a natural intelligence within you that knows when something needs attention long before you admit it to yourself. If you ignore sadness, it becomes heaviness. If you ignore longing, it becomes restlessness. If you ignore tension, it becomes fatigue. Each shift is simply a way of saying, my dear, there is something inside you that deserves your care. This call is not dramatic, it is gentle. You may feel it as a sense of being slightly out of place, or slightly overwhelmed, or slightly disconnected from yourself. It feels like a tug, soft, steady, asking for your eyes to turn inward. That tug is your own spirit saying, I have been whispering to you. Will you listen now? Let us pause again with a deeper breath. Inhale acceptance, exhale the fear of what you may find. You are safe to listen. Listening inwardly does not require courage, it requires kindness. Many people avoid listening because they fear what might rise within them. But your inner world does not bring harm, it brings truth. And truth, met with compassion, becomes healing. You are not being asked to solve anything today. You are not being asked to change anything today. You are not being asked to fix anything today. You are only being asked to notice. Notice the tightness in your belly. Notice the heaviness in your chest. Notice the longing behind your ribs. Notice the breath that feels too shallow. Each of these is a message. Your inner being wants you to come closer, not to overwhelm you, but to liberate you from the weight of carrying unspoken feelings. Let us breathe again. Inhale courage, exhale tension. Feel yourself opening, even slightly, to what lies within. You may be surprised to discover how relieved your heart feels when you finally give it your attention. The heart has an enormous capacity for endurance, but it blossoms under acknowledgement. When your heart feels seen by you, it sighs, it relaxes, it opens. Even long-held pain begins to soften the moment you say, I hear you. Sometimes the call is not about pain at all. Sometimes it is about desire. A desire for peace, a desire for rest, a desire for change, a desire for love, a desire for authenticity. These desires are not weaknesses. They are directions. They are the signs your inner being uses to guide your life toward alignment. Let us breathe again. Inhale desire, exhale denial. Desire is the compass of the soul. You may think you are feeling lost, but what if you are simply being asked to come home to yourself? What if the discomfort you feel is not a sign that something is wrong, but that something is ready, ready to be acknowledged, ready to be healed, ready to be released, ready to be understood? Your life speaks to you in gentle waves. Your body speaks to you through sensation. Your emotions speak to you through repetition. Your intuition speaks to you through clarity. Your spirit speaks to you through longing. You are surrounded by guidance. Let us pause again. Place your hand once more over your heart. Feel how it presses back into your palm. Your heart is alive with messages. There may be something you have avoided, feeling not because you are weak, but because you have been busy surviving. You have moved through seasons where you had no choice but to be strong, to endure, to press forward. Your feelings did not disappear during those seasons. They waited. They waited until you reached a moment, like this one, where you could afford to feel again. And you are here now, which means you are ready. Let us breathe again. Inhale readiness. Exhale old defenses. Your breath is already leaning inward. You may notice a quiet sense of recognition rising inside you as you read these words. Not a loud revelation, but a soft knowing. Yes, something has been trying to reach me. That knowing is the very message we are speaking about. Your awareness of the message is part of the message itself. Awareness is the first step of transformation, and you have already taken it simply by staying here. Let us pause one more time. Inhale presence. Exhale hurriedness. You do not need to rush this inner unfolding. Life is never careless with its timing. It brings you the right message at the moment you are able to receive it. Not earlier, not later. Exactly now. There is something inside you, something wise, something ancient, something deeply loving that wants you to hear this. You are not meant to carry your inner world alone. You are meant to walk with it, listen to it, honor it, and let it guide you toward peace. Your inner being is reaching for you, not to overwhelm you, not to burden you, but to walk with you. This message is the beginning of a return to listening, a return to softness, a return to truth, a return to yourself. My dear one, now that you have felt the gentle call rising within you, let us move closer to the heart of what that call is trying to say. Inner messages do not arrive in words at first. They arrive in feelings, in sensations, in subtle shifts inside the body. They arrive as the heaviness you cannot explain, the ache that rises during quiet moments, the tightening that appears when you ignore something your heart has held for too long. These messages have been waiting patiently, not to trouble you, but to guide you home. Let us begin with a soft breath, a calm inhale, a loosening exhale. Feel how your breath makes room for truth. Truth does not rush. Truth waits for the heart to soften. There is wisdom inside you that speaks through emotion, not through logic, not through analysis, but through feeling. Emotion is the language of your inner world. It is nature's way of making sure you never stray too far from yourself. When you feel sadness, it is not a flaw. It is a message saying, my dear, something inside needs your tenderness. When you feel anger, it is a message saying a boundary within you has been crossed. When you feel longing, it is a message saying there is something more your soul desires. Every feeling is meaningful. Not one is accidental. Not one appears without carrying some truth. Let us pause again. Inhale acceptance, exhale judgment. You are learning to hear what your feelings have been trying to say. Perhaps for a long time, you believed your feelings were inconvenient. You were taught to quiet them, to move past them quickly, to be strong instead of vulnerable. But emotions are not obstacles to strength. They are guides toward alignment. When you suppress them, they do not disappear. They gather. They sit within your body, waiting for you to finally turn inward and say, tell me what you need. Your inner messages often begin softly, a slight heaviness in the chest, a quiet unease before a decision, a longing for rest in the middle of a busy day, a wave of sadness that comes without explanation. These are the first whispers, gentle, patient, loving, but when ignored, they evolve. Heaviness becomes exhaustion, unease becomes anxiety, longing becomes emptiness, sadness becomes numbness, not because your inner self is punishing you, but because it is trying to help you see something important. Let us breathe again. Inhale awareness, exhale resistance. Feel the openness growing inside you. Messages can also appear through your body. The body carries truth long before the mind admits it. A tight jaw may be the truth of unspoken words. Stiff shoulders may be the truth of burdens carried alone. An unsettled stomach may be the truth of something you no longer wish to endure. Your body is your oldest companion. It has felt every moment of your life. It remembers everything you tried to forget. It holds every message you were not ready to hear. Let us pause once more. Place a gentle hand on any place within your body that feels tight. Offer it your breath. Your touch is a form of listening. Inner messages also appear through repeated thoughts, not the chaotic thoughts that spin from worry, but the quiet, persistent ones that rise when you are still. Perhaps a thought has returned to you again and again, even when you tried to dismiss it. That thought is not nagging you, it is guiding you. A recurring thought is a message-seeking expression. It may say, something here is not true for you, or you are ready for change, or you are not honoring your own heart, or there is something in you longing to grow. Trust these quiet thoughts. They arise from a deeper place than your mind. They arise from the wisdom of your inner being. Let us breathe again. Inhale clarity. Exhale confusion. Even if the message feels unclear, the clarity is already forming. Sometimes the message within you is not about pain at all. Sometimes it is about yearning, a yearning for peace, or gentleness, or ease, a yearning to be treated with kindness, a yearning to return to yourself. Yearning is one of the clearest messages your inner world can send. It is your spirit saying, I remember something softer. Please guide me back. Let us pause. Inhale yearning. Exhale self-denial. Your desires are part of your truth. Inner messages also appear through discomfort. Discomfort is not the enemy. Discomfort is a lantern shining light on what needs attention. It says this path is too narrow, or this pace is too harsh, or this situation is asking you to abandon yourself. Discomfort is the soul asking for spaciousness. When you ignore the call for spaciousness, life becomes tight. When you honor it, life expands. Let us breathe again. Inhale spaciousness, exhale constriction. Feel how your body responds to this gentle opening. Inner messages can also show up as silence, the silence that fills your mind when you are too tired to pretend any longer. This silence is not emptiness, it is the clearing away of noise so truth can rise. In this silence, your heart speaks in ways words cannot capture. It says, come back to me, I have been waiting. Let us pause again. Inhale stillness. Exhale old noise. You are learning the language of silence. There are times when your inner self speaks through longing for rest, not just physical rest, but emotional and spiritual rest. A rest from trying so hard. A rest from pretending you are fine. A rest from holding everything together. When rest calls to you, it is a message. It says, lay your burdens down. You are allowed to be held. Let us breathe. Inhale rest. Exhale strain. Notice how relief rises with each breath. Some messages come through memory, a memory that resurfaces unexpectedly, bringing with it a feeling you thought you had forgotten. This is not regression. It is revelation. The memory has returned because you are now strong enough, soft enough, aware enough to heal what was left unfinished. Let us breathe again. Inhale readiness. Exhale fear. Everything is arriving at the perfect moment. Your inner self may also speak through a sense of misalignment, a quiet feeling that something in your life no longer fits. It may be a pattern, a habit, a relationship, a way of speaking to yourself, a belief you have outgrown. Misalignment is not failure, it is truth rising. Let us pause once more. Inhale permission, exhale denial. You are allowed to grow beyond who you once were. Inner messages also appear through inspiration, a sudden spark, a gentle idea, a desire to change something small, a yearning to explore something new. This spark is not frivolous. It is guidance. Inspiration is the soul's way of pulling you toward expansion. Let us breathe. Inhale inspiration, exhale hesitation. You do not need to act on it now, only notice it. Your inner world is full of messages, some soft, some clear, some gentle, some persistent. But all of them come from love. They arise because something within you wants to guide you toward peace, toward alignment, toward a life where your needs are not silenced, your feelings are not ignored, and your heart is not left behind. Let us pause again. Inhale understanding, exhale confusion. Understanding does not always come all at once. Sometimes it comes in waves, sometimes in whispers, sometimes in breath. But you are hearing more clearly now. Your awareness is awakening. Your heart is opening. Your inner world is speaking, and it is speaking with love. My dear one, now that you have begun to recognize the messages rising from within, let us enter the tender space where guidance becomes possible. Guidance does not arrive through force. It does not demand immediate action. It does not shout instructions or expect perfection. True guidance comes the same way sunlight enters a room at dawn, slowly, softly, faithfully. It touches what is ready to be seen and waits lovingly for your response. Allowing yourself to be guided gently is one of the most profound acts of self-love. It requires releasing the habit of pushing, controlling, or rushing your inner experience. It means trading urgency for presence, fear for curiosity, criticism for compassion. When you soften, guidance flows. When you tense, guidance hides. Your inner world blossoms under tenderness. Let us begin with a slow breath. Inhale with a feeling of openness. Exhale with a feeling of surrender. This breath teaches you the very rhythm of gentle guidance. You may have lived much of your life believing you must figure out everything alone, that your worth is proven through self-reliance, that guidance must come from outside authority or circumstance. But the truth is far more comforting. Your truest guidance has always lived inside you. It is the quiet knowing that rises beneath confusion, the sense of rightness you feel before the mind interferes, the soft pull toward what brings peace. This knowing has been present since your first breath. It has waited through every season of your life. It has stood beside you in your struggles and your triumphs, and it is ready, now more than ever, to lead you gently home to yourself. Let us pause again. Inhale inner knowing, exhale old doubt. Feel how your breath makes space for trust. Allowing yourself to be guided gently begins with learning to soften your inner voice. Many people speak to themselves harshly, believing that strictness creates clarity. But harshness shuts the heart. It stiffens the body. It blocks the very messages that could bring healing. When you soften your inner voice, when you say, "It's all right, my dear, let us go slowly," your heart opens. And when the heart opens, guidance enters with ease. You do not need to push for answers. You do not need to demand clarity. You only need to soften and listen. Let us breathe again. Inhale softness, exhale pressure. You are learning to trust the pace of your own spirit. Guidance becomes clearer when you stop trying to control your feelings. Many people fear their emotions, thinking that feeling deeply will overwhelm them. But emotions are not waves meant to drown you. They are waves meant to carry you toward understanding. When you resist them, they become stronger. When you welcome them, they become gentle. If sadness rises, allow it. If confusion rises, allow it. If restlessness rises, allow it. If longing rises, allow it. Each feeling carries a message, and the message becomes clear when you approach it with kindness rather than fear. Let us pause once more. Inhale permission, exhale resistance. Your feelings soften the moment they feel welcomed. Allowing yourself to be guided gently also means creating inner safety, a space where your truth can rise without fear of being judged or dismissed. This safety is not created by others, it is created by you. When you say inwardly, "You can tell me the truth, I will not turn away," your inner being relaxes. The walls built from years of misunderstanding begin to loosen, and the guidance that was once faint becomes steady. You become a sanctuary for your own heart. Let us breathe again. Inhale safety, exhale tension. Even the smallest sense of safety invites inner wisdom to rise. Guidance often appears in subtle ways. It may appear as a gentle pull toward rest, a hesitation before saying yes, a warmth when something aligns, a tightening when something does not. These sensations are not random. They are inner signals showing you the path of peace. When you observe them without rushing, they reveal direction. You may find yourself drawn toward quiet. You may find yourself desiring solitude. You may feel the need to breathe more slowly. These are all signs that your spirit is trying to guide you inward. Let us pause. Inhale gentleness, exhale urgency. You are learning the delicate language of your own guidance. Guidance also becomes clear when you stop demanding immediate answers. You may be accustomed to wanting clarity now, wanting to know what to do, where to go, how to fix what feels broken. But guidance unfolds step by step, moment by moment, breath by breath. It is not shaped by haste, it is shaped by readiness. When you slow down, you give the truth time to rise. Imagine placing a feather into still water. If the water is turbulent, the feather cannot settle. If the water is calm, the feather lands gently and clearly. Your inner world works the same way. Let us breathe again. Inhale calm, exhale turbulence. Your guidance is becoming clearer already. Allowing yourself to be guided gently means trusting your intuition, the quiet sense of knowing that comes without explanation. Intuition does not shout, it does not argue, it does not justify itself, it simply speaks through feeling. When something feels peaceful, that is intuition. When something feels heavy, that is intuition. When something feels impossible to ignore, that is intuition too. You have ignored your intuition in the past, not because you were careless, but because you were taught to prioritize external voices over your inner voice. But now you are learning to return to your natural wisdom. Let us pause once more. Inhale inner certainty, exhale old self-doubt. Your intuition grows stronger each time you listen. Allowing yourself to be guided gently also means releasing the need to force outcomes. You no longer need to push against life. You no longer need to chase understanding. You no longer need to control every unfolding. Life supports you when you move from alignment rather than fear, and alignment comes from listening to the quiet truth within. Let us breathe. Inhale allowing, exhale forcing. This breath becomes your teacher. Guidance may sometimes lead you toward rest rather than action, toward stillness rather than decision, toward reflection rather than movement. These directions are just as important as any outward step. Rest is a step, stillness is a step, listening is a step, softening is a step. Your inner being knows the pace at which your heart can heal. Let us pause. Inhale patience, exhale impatience. Healing moves at the speed of love, not urgency. Allowing yourself to be guided gently also means trusting that confusion is not failure. Confusion is often the sign that old patterns are dissolving and new clarity is forming. It is a doorway, not a dead end. When confusion appears, instead of forcing answers, breathe into it. Say inwardly, "I do not know yet," and it is all right not to know. This soft acceptance allows guidance to rise naturally. Let us breathe again. Inhale acceptance. Exhale fear of not knowing. Confusion softens when it is welcomed. Guidance also comes through inspiration, a sudden idea, a warm feeling, a spark of possibility. These moments are whispers from your deeper self. Do not dismiss them as silly or impractical. They are glimpses of your spirit showing you where it wants to grow. You do not need to act on them immediately. You only need to honor them. Let us pause. Inhale inspiration. Exhale self-restriction. Your inner spark is part of your guidance. Allowing yourself to be guided gently also means trusting the rhythm of your life. Some seasons call for inwardness. Others call for expression. Some call for rest. Others call for change. When you listen to your inner wisdom, you begin to flow with life rather than against it. You start to sense when to hold on and when to let go, when to speak and when to be quiet, when to move and when to be still. You become attuned to your own nature. Let us breathe again. Inhale, flow. Exhale, rigidity. Guidance grows in flexibility. Most importantly, allowing yourself to be guided gently means approving of yourself along the way. You cannot receive inner wisdom while criticizing your every step. Self-approval softens the inner walls. It lifts the heart. It creates inner openness where messages can be heard. Say inwardly with me now, I am willing to be guided. I am willing to listen. I am willing to trust myself. Let us pause one last time for this part. Inhale willingness, exhale self-doubt. Your inner being is ready to guide you, and you are finally ready to be guided. My dear one, now that you've begun to listen and allowed yourself to be guided gently, we step into the tender space where healing begins. Healing is not something you must earn. It is not something that requires effort or struggle. Healing is a response. It is what naturally unfolds when you stop resisting your inner world and allow truth to rise with kindness. Healing is the soft release that happens when your heart finally feels safe enough to be honest. Let us begin with a slow breath. A warm inhale, a gentle exhale. Feel how your breath invites healing into every quiet corner of your being. Healing begins the moment you acknowledge what you feel without judgment. So often, people silence their pain because they fear it will overwhelm them. But pain does not grow stronger. When acknowledged, it grows softer. Pain tightens when ignored, not when seen. The heart tightens when dismissed, not when heard. When you say inwardly, my dear, I see your pain, something inside you loosens. That loosening is healing. Let us pause again. Inhale, allowing. Exhale, denial. Healing cannot bloom in denial. It blooms in acceptance, gentle, patient acceptance. Healing begins when you stop trying to be strong in the old way. The old way demanded you push through. It asked you to silence your fatigue. It asked you to rise above your needs. It asked you to hide your feelings to avoid appearing vulnerable. But that kind of strength wears the spirit thin. Real strength is not hardness. Real strength is openness. Real strength is the willingness to feel. Let us breathe again. Inhale openness. Exhale hardness. Feel the tension lift as you release the belief that you must carry everything alone. Healing begins when you stop dismissing the signals of your body. Your body has been speaking on your behalf. It has tightened when your heart was unprotected. It has trembled when you ignored your truth. It has grown tired when your spirit was neglected. These sensations may have frustrated you in the past, but they were never your enemy. They were messages, loving attempts to guide you toward balance. Let us pause. Place your hand gently over the part of your body that feels most weary. Offer it your breath. Your touch is a form of healing. Your breath is a form of love. Healing begins when you forgive yourself, not because you have done something wrong, but because you have carried too much guilt, too much blame, too much expectation. Many people believe healing comes from correcting themselves, but true healing comes from embracing themselves. Forgiveness is the balm that releases the past from your muscles, from your breath, from your voice. Say inwardly, I forgive myself for what I did not know. I forgive myself for how I tried to cope. I forgive myself for being human. Let us breathe again. Inhale forgiveness. Exhale old shame. You do not become healed by punishing yourself. You become healed by loving yourself. Healing begins when you stop racing through your emotions and begin meeting them as you would a tender child. When sadness rises, you sit with it. When fear rises, you comfort it. When loneliness rises, you offer companionship. When exhaustion rises, you offer rest. You treat your inner world with the same kindness you long to receive from others. Let us pause again. Inhale gentleness. Exhale pressure. Your heart responds beautifully to gentleness. Healing begins when you allow the truth to come forward. Truth may say, I am tired. Truth may say, I have been unkind to myself. Truth may say, I long for change. Truth may say, something in my life no longer fits. Truth may say, I cannot carry this alone anymore. These truths are not burdens, they are lanterns. They illuminate the path toward relief. Let us breathe again. Inhale truth, exhale fear of the truth. Truth met with love becomes transformation. Healing begins when you understand that your emotions are not flaws, they are signals. Sadness asks for comfort. Anger asks for boundaries. Fear asks for reassurance. Loneliness asks for connection, often connection with your own inner self. When you meet your emotions with tenderness, they reveal the needs beneath them. Let us pause once more. Inhale understanding, exhale resistance. Understanding dissolves resistance. Healing begins when you allow the past to loosen its grip. You may have carried old stories about who you are, old beliefs about what you deserve, old memories that shaped how you see yourself. These memories were once teachers, but you have outgrown the lessons. Healing invites you to say, I honor where I have been, and I choose to move forward now. Let us breathe again. Inhale, release. Exhale, old identification. Healing creates space for a new truth to bloom. Healing begins when you recognize the difference between your voice and the voices you learn from others. The harsh inner critic is often not your voice. It is an echo of someone who taught you to doubt yourself. The voice that says you must earn love is not your voice. It is the voice of old expectations. Healing begins when you say, I choose to listen to my true voice now. Let us pause. Inhale self-recognition. Exhale borrowed beliefs. Your true voice is soft, loving, and wise. Healing begins when you open yourself to receive the love you have withheld from yourself. Many people are generous with others but reluctant to extend the same tenderness inward. Healing invites you to place your own heart in your own hands and say, you deserve love from me. I will no longer turn away. Let us breathe again. Inhale self-love. Exhale self-abandonment. Receiving your own love transforms your life. Healing begins when you trust your pace. There is no race. There is no deadline. Healing moves in waves, sometimes spacious, sometimes slow, sometimes deep. When you allow healing to unfold naturally, without pushing, the heart heals more quickly and more gently than you ever thought possible. Let us pause once more. Inhale patience, exhale urgency. Your healing is not behind. It is right on time. Healing begins when you realize you do not have to understand everything at once. There may be parts of your inner world that feel unclear. There may be feelings that have not yet revealed their meaning. There may be questions that remain unanswered. This does not mean healing is incomplete. It means healing is unfolding. Let us breathe. Inhale trust. Exhale the need for certainty. Uncertainty is simply the space where new understanding grows. Healing begins when you allow yourself to rest, not just physically, but emotionally. There is rest in acknowledging your truth. There is rest in letting go of old stories. There is rest in no longer pretending to be unaffected. When you rest, your heart repairs itself. When you rest, your spirit strengthens. When you rest, healing accelerates. Let us pause. Inhale, rest. Exhale, strain. Rest is not laziness. Rest is repair. Healing begins when you let yourself be held by your breath, by your awareness, by your compassion. You may have spent much of your life holding others. Now it is your turn to be held by the gentleness within you. Let us breathe one more time. Inhale, being held. Exhale, release. You are not walking through your healing alone. Your inner being is with you, your breath is with you, your truth is with you. Your love is with you, and now healing is with you too. My dear one, now that you have listened, understood, allowed, and begun to heal, you stand at the threshold of a new way of living. This part of the journey is not about doing more, it is about being differently. It is about walking through your life with a softer awareness, a deeper trust, a clearer connection to the wisdom that has always lived inside you. You are learning to live in harmony with yourself, and that is one of the most sacred transformations a person can experience. Let us begin with a gentle breath. A warm inhale, a peaceful exhale. Feel how your breath welcomes you into the present moment, the only place where your inner wisdom can truly speak. Living in harmony with your inner wisdom means staying close to yourself, not rushing past your feelings, not dismissing your needs, not abandoning yourself when old habits call you back into patterns of overgiving or self-neglect. Harmony is created through closeness, through an ongoing relationship with your inner world. You are learning to stay with yourself in a new way. Let us pause again. Inhale closeness, exhale distance. Harmony begins with presence. Living in harmony with your inner wisdom means trusting your natural signals. Your intuition speaks through the body long before the mind understands. A gentle warmth tells you when something is aligned. A subtle tightening tells you when something is not. These sensations are your compass, pointing you toward peace. When something feels right, your breath deepens. When something feels wrong, your breath shortens. When something matches your truth, your chest expands. When something harms your peace, your body contracts. This language is ancient, it is reliable, and it lives within you. Let us breathe again. Inhale trust, exhale dismissal. You no longer dismiss these gentle signals. Living in harmony with your inner wisdom also means allowing life to unfold with less force. You do not need to push yourself into situations your heart resists. You do not need to cling to what your soul is ready to release. You do not need to hurry what requires patience or hold on to what is gently falling away. When you trust your inner wisdom, life becomes a conversation rather than a struggle. Your heart speaks, you listen. Life responds, you adjust. This is the quiet dance of harmony. Let us pause again. Inhale flow, exhale struggle. Harmony grows when struggle dissolves. Living in harmony means you begin choosing from softness rather than fear. When faced with decisions, you no longer ask, "What will others think?" or "What should I do to please everyone?" Instead, you ask, "What feels loving toward me?" And when you ask that question sincerely, your inner wisdom answers clearly. A choice that aligns with love feels spacious. A choice that aligns with fear feels tight. A choice that honors you feels peaceful. A choice that betrays you feels heavy. Your inner being never confuses you. It always guides through sensation. Let us breathe. Inhale inner clarity, exhale inner conflict. The more you honor your truth, the clearer it becomes. Living in harmony with your inner wisdom also means slowing down enough to hear it. Wisdom does not rise in noise. It rises in stillness. It rises in the moments between breaths. It rises in the pauses you allow yourself throughout the day. Pauses are not interruptions, they are invitations. When you pause, you return to yourself. And when you return to yourself, wisdom rises from within like a quiet dawn. Let us pause again. Inhale stillness. Exhale, rushing. Harmony is born in stillness. Living in harmony means treating your emotions as sacred messengers. You no longer shame yourself for feeling deeply. You no longer silence what arises naturally. You no longer judge the pace of your healing. Instead, you meet each emotion with kindness, knowing that every feeling carries truth. Joy says, "This is right for me." Sadness says, "Something needs comfort." Anger says, "A boundary has been crossed." Fear says, "I need reassurance." Loneliness says, "I'm longing for connection, perhaps with myself." When you treat your emotions with respect, your inner wisdom becomes stronger and more loving. Let us breathe again. Inhale respect, exhale judgment. Harmony is created through loving attention. Living in harmony with your inner wisdom means recognizing when your energy shifts. You are learning to identify when you need rest, when you need nourishment, when you need space, when you need company, when you need silence, when you need movement, when you need stillness. These needs are not weaknesses, they are signals of aliveness. The more you honor them, the more peaceful your life becomes. Let us pause once more. Inhale awareness. Exhale ignoring your needs. Every need you honor strengthens your self-trust. Living in harmony means speaking to yourself with warmth. The days of scolding yourself are ending. The days of criticizing yourself are ending. The days of defending yourself against your own mind are ending. You are learning to speak to yourself as someone precious, because you are. You say gentle things when you are tired. You encourage yourself when you feel uncertain. You comfort yourself when you feel afraid. Your inner voice becomes a friend instead of a judge. Let us breathe again. Inhale kindness, exhale harshness. Harmony begins with a loving inner voice. Living in harmony with your inner wisdom means honoring your truth even when it is inconvenient. There may be moments when your truth asks you to rest when you had planned to push. Moments when your truth asks you to stand firm when you feel tempted to shrink. Moments when your truth asks you to let go when your mind wants to hold on. Harmony means choosing truth over habit. Truth often speaks quietly, habit often speaks loudly. Wisdom lies in listening to the quiet voice. Let us pause, inhale inner truth, exhale old habit. Your truth is becoming your guide. Living in harmony also means shaping your environment to support your well-being. You choose spaces that feel peaceful. You choose conversations that feel nourishing. You choose relationships that honor your growth. You choose rhythms that match the pace of your heart. Harmony is not only an inner experience, it is expressed through the life you create around you. Let us breathe. Inhale alignment. Exhale misalignment. Your life becomes a reflection of your inner wisdom. Living in harmony with your inner self means you stop explaining your needs to those who cannot understand them. Your inner wisdom does not require the approval of others. When something feels right to you, that is enough. When something feels wrong, that is enough. Harmony arises when you trust your own knowing without seeking validation. Let us pause again. Inhale confidence. Exhale self-doubt. You are learning to trust your own authority. Living in harmony also means welcoming joy when it appears. So often joy is dismissed with suspicion or guilt. But joy is a message too, perhaps the most beautiful one. Joy says, this moment is aligned. Joy says, this is who you are when you are not suppressing yourself. Joy says, your spirit is rising. Joy is not frivolous. Joy is medicine. Let us breathe. Inhale joy. Exhale resistance to joy. You deserve moments of lightness. Finally, my dear, living in harmony with your inner wisdom means remembering that you are no longer walking against yourself. You are walking with yourself, and this changes everything. When you walk with yourself, life feels less threatening, decisions feel less heavy, emotions feel less frightening. Healing feels less elusive. You feel supported from within. Let us pause one last time. Inhale companionship with yourself. Exhale the loneliness of the old way. You are not alone anymore. You carry your own presence with you. Living in harmony with your inner wisdom is not a skill you force. It is a relationship you nurture. It begins in silence, it grows in kindness, it deepens in trust, and it becomes the foundation upon which the rest of your life unfolds. My dear, you are ready for this new way of living. Life will meet you with more gentleness now, because you are meeting yourself with more gentleness now. My dear one, as we arrive at the closing of this journey together, let us sit quietly for a moment and acknowledge the tenderness of where you are. You did not reach this point by accident. Every breath, every pause, every moment of softening has guided you here. This message, the one you felt tugging at you, the one you sensed beneath your thoughts, was always meant for you. And now that you have heard it, something deep inside you has shifted. Let us begin with a gentle breath, a warm inhale, a slow exhale. Feel how this simple breath welcomes you into a new way of being. Not rushed, not pressured, just present, just open, just here. Throughout your life, you have received countless inner messages. Some you noticed, many you did not. But these messages did not disappear when ignored. They waited. They waited in your breath, in your muscles, in your emotions, in your quietest moments. And now, after all this time, you have chosen to listen. This choice is an act of love. This choice is a doorway. This choice is healing. You may not yet understand the power of what you have done. Listening to yourself, truly listening, is one of the rarest and most courageous acts in the world. Many people go their whole lives without turning inward, without acknowledging their own truth, without allowing their inner wisdom to rise. But you have done that. You have taken the first and most important step. You have said yes to yourself. Let us pause again. Inhale self-recognition. Exhale self-neglect. Feel how your heart softens when you honor your own courage. Now that you have listened, your inner world begins to move differently. It breathes. It expands. It clears space that once felt tight. It releases burdens that once felt immovable. Healing begins not with solutions, but with awareness. And you have cultivated that awareness gently, breath by breath, word by word. You have learned to understand the messages within you. You have learned that emotions are not interruptions to life, but guides toward truth. You have learned that the body speaks in ways the mind cannot. You have learned that restlessness, heaviness, and longing carry meaning, not punishment. These messages have been waiting for your compassion, and now they finally have it. Let us breathe again. Inhale compassion, exhale resistance. Your breath is a companion on this inner path. And now, my dear, something beautiful happens. Your healing deepens simply because you are willing. Healing does not come through force or effort. Healing comes when you say inwardly, I am ready to soften. I am ready to see. I am ready to be gentle with myself. When you offer yourself this softness, wounds that have been held tightly for years begin to loosen. Old pain begins to find its voice. Old patterns begin to lose their power. Old fears begin to dissolve in the warmth of your presence. Nothing inside you wants to harm you. Everything inside you wants to return you to peace. Let us pause again. Place your hand over your heart. Feel the warm gratitude rising from within. Your heart feels relieved to finally be heard. You have learned to allow yourself to be guided gently, not by outside forces, not by others' expectations, but by your own inner wisdom. This wisdom speaks softly, but its guidance is steady. It knows when you need rest. It knows when you need truth. It knows when you need release. It knows when you need love. And now that you have begun listening, it will speak more clearly. Not because it grew stronger, but because you grew quieter. This is the great transformation. Your relationship with yourself is changing. Let us breathe once more. Inhale inner trust, exhale self-doubt. Feel how trust settles into your body like warm sunlight. The message that brought you here, that gentle pull, that quiet invitation, was not a warning. It was a reassurance. It was a reminder of who you truly are, beneath all the layers of fear, fatigue, and self-protection. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are awakening to yourself. You are remembering your own voice. You are remembering your own worth. You are remembering your own inner guidance. You are remembering your own healing power. This remembering is the foundation of your new life. Every peaceful step begins with it. Let us pause again. Inhale remembering, exhale forgetting. Your true self has always been present beneath the noise. As you move forward, you will notice that your decisions begin to feel different. You will no longer ignore that small tightening in your chest when something is misaligned. You will no longer silence your longing for gentleness. You will no longer force yourself into shapes that do not honor your truth. Instead, you will listen, you will pause, you will breathe. You will trust. This is living in harmony with yourself, a life where you no longer work against your own heart, but walk beside it as a loving companion. Let us breathe again. Inhale companionship. Exhale separation. You are not divided within yourself anymore. My dear, I want you to understand something deeply. You are safe within your own presence now. You once may have feared your inner world, feared your emotions, feared your intuition, feared what might surface if you slowed down enough to hear it. But now you see that what rises inside you is not danger, it is longing for connection, longing for comfort, longing for truth, longing for healing. Everything inside you is longing to return to love. Let us pause. Inhale belonging, exhale fear. You belong to yourself now. Your healing will continue long after these words end. It will unfold quietly, naturally, in the spaces between your breaths. You may notice moments where you pause before reacting, moments where you place a hand over your heart without thinking, moments where you choose kindness over criticism, moments where you rest without guilt. These are the signs that your inner wisdom is leading you. Healing is not a single moment, it is a gentle, ongoing conversation between you and your own heart. Let us breathe again. Inhale continuity, exhale haste. You do not need to rush your growth. As you walk forward, life will begin to feel lighter, not because circumstances change, but because you did. You will carry yourself differently. Your voice will soften. Your choices will reflect your truth. Your relationships will feel clearer. Your boundaries will feel natural. Your needs will feel valid. You will begin to sense when something honors your spirit and when it does not. You will begin to sense when a thought supports your healing and when it harms you. You will begin to sense when you need stillness and when you need movement. This is the grace that comes from listening inward. Let us pause again. Inhale grace, exhale self-pressure. Grace is your new way of being. You may still face challenges, but you will not face them alone. You now have yourself, your presence, your breath, your truth, your inner wisdom. This companionship is stronger than any circumstance. When life becomes confusing, you will turn inward and hear the same voice that guided you here. Slow down, my dear. Listen, I am with you. Let us breathe once more. Inhale spiritual companionship. Exhale fear of the unknown. Your inner guidance will never abandon you. As we close, I want you to know that you have already begun healing simply by hearing what you once ignored. Awareness is the first ray of light that enters the heart. Compassion is the second. Trust is the third. And together, they create a life where you feel safe within yourself. So let us take a final breath together, tender and deep. Inhale love for yourself. Exhale the old way of living. You are stepping into a new chapter, one shaped not by fear, but by understanding, not by silence, but by presence, not by dismissal, but by listening. Something wanted you to hear this, and now that you have heard it, your life will never be the same. My dear, you are ready, you are guided, you are healing, and you are loved. My dear one, as we come gently to the close of this journey, let us linger in the quiet space between your breaths. Something very beautiful is happening within you, something subtle, something sincere, something life-changing. You may believe that this message reached you today, but the truth is softer and deeper. You reached yourself. You opened a door within your own heart, and now you are meeting a part of you that has waited faithfully for years. Let us begin with a calm breath, a warm inhale, a slow exhale. Feel how your breath settles into your chest, creating space for what is unfolding. Nothing inside you is rushing, nothing inside you is forcing. Everything is simply opening. For so long, you may have walked through life feeling disconnected from your own inner being. Perhaps you listened to everyone else's needs, everyone else's expectations, everyone else's guidance, while your own voice remained unheard. Not because it disappeared, but because it learned to whisper. And whispered messages are easy to miss when life is loud. But today, something changed. You turned your attention inward. You softened enough to hear. You became quiet enough to notice. And in that moment of awareness, you rediscovered your own inner friend, the part of you that speaks with kindness, wisdom, and truth. Let us pause again. Inhale connection, exhale separation. You are no longer a stranger to yourself. This epilogue is not about endings. It is about beginnings, the beginning of a new relationship with yourself. Not the critical self, not the fearful self, not the self shaped by old memories or outdated beliefs, but the loving self, the wise self, the self that has been waiting for your companionship. When you listen inwardly, you form a friendship with your own heart, a friendship rooted in trust, a friendship rooted in compassion, a friendship rooted in familiarity. This friendship will become the foundation of your healing, the anchor of your peace, the source of your strength. Let us breathe again. Inhale friendship, exhale loneliness. You have someone now yourself. You may have spent years seeking comfort from others, hoping someone would understand the feelings you could not name. But no one else can hear your inner voice the way you can. You are the closest companion you will ever have. You are the one who wakes with your thoughts. You are the one who feels your emotions. You are the one who senses your discomfort before anyone else sees it. You are the one who knows when something feels wrong or right. And now you are choosing to treat yourself with the love, patience, and gentleness you once hoped someone else would offer. That is the beginning of true healing. Let us pause once more. Inhale tenderness, exhale self-dismissal. Your heart softens as you give it your attention. This new inner friendship will not always feel dramatic. Sometimes it will be quiet, a subtle shift in how you speak to yourself, a moment of softness where you once would have been harsh, a pause before judging your own feelings. Other times, it will feel profound, sudden clarity, a deep breath of relief, a sense of coming home. All of these moments matter. All of them strengthen the bond within you. All of them reveal how ready you are to love yourself. Let us breathe again. Inhale readiness, exhale fear. Your readiness is stronger than any fear you carry. Your inner friend, the deep part of you that has always known your truth, will become more present as you continue listening. You will notice it in the way you breathe when you feel overwhelmed. You will notice it when you comfort yourself instead of criticizing. You will notice it when you choose rest over self-punishment. You will notice it when you choose truth over habit. This is how you build a friendship with your own heart, gently, consistently, lovingly. Let us pause again. Inhale patience. Exhale old urgency. Friendship takes time, but you are already forming it. As this friendship deepens, you will begin to trust your intuition more naturally. You will sense when something feels misaligned. You will sense when a situation drains you. You will sense when someone speaks in a way your heart cannot accept. You will sense when you need to step back, breathe, rest, or regroup. Your intuition is not mysterious. It is the voice of your inner friend guiding you gently. Let us breathe once more. Inhale trust. Exhale confusion. You will learn to recognize this voice in every season of your life. This friendship also means learning to forgive yourself. Forgive the times you ignored your needs. Forgive the years you lived disconnected from your truth. Forgive the choices made from fear rather than love. Forgive the moments you forgot your worth. You did not fail, you survived. And surviving is never a failure. Forgiveness releases the old emotional layers that once kept you distant from yourself. It clears the way for softness. It clears the way for truth. It clears the way for healing. Let us pause again. Inhale forgiveness, exhale blame. Your heart feels lighter already. This new inner friendship will also change how you walk through the world. You will no longer let others decide your worth. You will no longer silence yourself to make others comfortable. You will no longer abandon yourself to fit into spaces that dishonor your spirit. You will walk with a softness that comes from self-respect. You will carry yourself with a quiet confidence that comes from inner trust. You will speak with a clarity that comes from knowing your truth. Self-friendship is liberation. Let us breathe again. Inhale freedom. Exhale old confinement. Your inner friend thrives in spaciousness. As you keep listening, you will find that many old pains begin to move. Not all at once, not with force, but with grace. A memory will surface. A feeling will soften. A pattern will change. A fear will ease. You will begin to see that healing is not something you chase. Healing is something you allow. Healing flows naturally when you stop resisting yourself. Let us pause once more. Inhale allowing. Exhale resisting. Your heart opens when resistance fades. Living with an inner friend means you also learn how to soothe yourself. When you feel overwhelmed, you will place your hand on your heart. When you feel confused, you will breathe deeply. When you feel afraid, you will speak reassuring words inwardly. I am here with you. I am listening. You are safe with me. These moments of inner soothing are the building blocks of a life lived from love rather than fear. Let us breathe again. Inhale safety. Exhale tension. Your inner friend becomes your sanctuary. As your friendship with yourself deepens, you will find that life begins to reflect your inner changes. People will respond to you differently. Old patterns will fall away. New opportunities will appear. Your relationships will feel clearer. Your boundaries will feel natural. Why? Because when you align with your inner truth, life aligns with you. Let us pause again. Inhale alignment, exhale old confusion, clarity rises in harmony. And my dear, there will be moments, quiet, breathtaking moments, when you realize that you are no longer afraid of yourself. Not afraid of your feelings, not afraid of your intuition, not afraid of your needs, not afraid of your truth. You will see that everything within you is here to guide you, not harm you. This realization alone can change the entire direction of your life. Let us breathe once more. Inhale courage. Exhale self-fear. Courage grows naturally from inner love. And now, as this epilogue draws to a close, I want you to hear this clearly. You have begun something sacred. Not a habit, not a technique, a relationship, a friendship, a reunion with the self you were always meant to walk beside. This inner friendship will guide you for the rest of your life through decisions, through emotions, through healing, through growth, through change. You are no longer walking alone. You are accompanied by your own loving presence. Let us take one final breath together. A full inhale of self-friendship, a gentle exhale of the life you are leaving behind, my dear. The message reached you because you were ready, because you were listening, because you were longing for your own companionship, and now your true inner friendship has begun. My dear one, before we part from this journey, allow me to tell you something that is as tender as it is true. The message you received today is not finished. It is not a single moment. It is not a single realization. It is the beginning of an ongoing conversation between you and your inner wisdom, a conversation that will continue to unfold gently as you move through your days. Let us start with a soft breath, a warm inhale, a long, easing exhale. Feel how your breath settles into the deepest part of you. This is where the message lives. It does not live in your mind. It does not live in your memories. It lives in your breath, your chest, your quiet moments, your subtle sensations. It lives in the place where your truth rises naturally. You may think the message has been spoken already, but messages of the heart do not speak in a single voice. They rise in layers. They come back in waves. They circle through your life gently, each time carrying more clarity, more comfort, more understanding. Today was only the beginning. Let us pause again. Inhale receptivity. Exhale expectation. You do not need to grasp the entire meaning at once. The truth is, your inner wisdom will continue speaking to you through sensation, a soft warmth when something aligns, a subtle heaviness when something does not, a tightening that asks you to pause, a spaciousness that invites you forward. These sensations are not random. They are the language of your inner guidance. You are learning to hear this language. Let us breathe again. Inhale clarity, exhale confusion. Clarity grows when you stop forcing meaning. This message will also continue speaking through your emotions. When joy rises unexpectedly, it is saying, yes, this is the right path. When sadness surfaces gently, it is saying, a part of you needs comfort. When anger appears, it is saying, your boundary has been crossed. When tenderness arises, it is saying, your heart is opening. Your emotions are not disruptions to your healing. They are the very voice of it. Let us pause. Inhale acceptance, exhale resistance. Your emotional life is part of your guidance, not separate from it. The message will also speak through the choices you feel drawn to. You may notice yourself reaching for quieter moments. You may feel a desire to rest more often. You may choose conversation that nourishes you over conversation that drains you. You may feel pulled toward truth and gently away from pretense. These choices are not random. They are signs that you are aligning with what your inner being has always wanted for you. Let us breathe again. Inhale alignment, exhale old patterns. Each breath brings you closer to your natural rhythm. You may find that the message returns when you least expect it, in the middle of the day when your mind is busy, in the evening when your guard is down, in moments of quiet when there is space for truth to rise. It may come as a memory that suddenly feels different. It may come as a feeling you can no longer ignore. It may come as peace where there used to be fear. It may come as a whisper of encouragement in a moment when you once would have criticized yourself. This is how inner wisdom moves, softly, rhythmically, lovingly. Let us pause again. Inhale gentleness, exhale harshness. Your inner voice becomes soft when you become soft. The message will also continue speaking through your body. The body is the most faithful companion you have. It tells you when you are tired. It tells you when you are overwhelmed. It tells you when you need nourishment. It tells you when you are carrying too much. It tells you when it is time to let go. It does not speak through words. It speaks through sensation. It speaks through comfort and discomfort. It speaks through ease and tension. It speaks through breath and stillness. Let us breathe again. Inhale listening, exhale ignoring. Your body relaxes the moment it feels heard. And my dear, the message will continue speaking through your intuition, that quiet inner knowing that does not argue, does not defend, and does not demand. It simply knows. It knows what feels true. It knows what feels false. It knows what brings peace. It knows what brings strain. It knows when your heart is guiding you and when fear is guiding you. As you listen more often, intuition becomes clearer. As you trust it, it becomes stronger. As you follow it, it becomes unmistakable. Let us pause, inhale intuition, exhale self-doubt. Your inner knowing is becoming your companion. The message will even speak to you through silence. When your mind becomes still, when your breath slows, when your thoughts loosen their grip, something sacred rises from the quiet, a sense of truth, a sense of direction, a sense of peace, a sense of being connected to something larger, wiser, and deeper inside yourself. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is guidance. Let us breathe again. Inhale stillness, exhale noise. Your inner wisdom thrives in silence. And my dear, the message will speak through your longing. Longing is not a sign of lack. Longing is a sign of truth. It tells you what your soul desires even when your mind tries to talk you out of it. Longing says there is more for you. Longing says you have outgrown something. Longing says you are ready for a gentler life. Let us pause. Inhale longing, exhale shame. There is no shame in wanting more peace. The message will also continue speaking when you encounter old patterns. You may notice yourself slipping into self-criticism, and suddenly something inside stops you. You may feel the urge to suppress your emotions, and an inner voice says, no, let them soften. You may feel the impulse to deny your needs, and something whispers, your needs matter. This interruption, this pause, is the message speaking again. It is your healing stepping forward. It is your wisdom protecting you. Let us breathe again. Inhale protection, exhale old habit. Your inner world is learning to care for itself, and as you grow, the message will speak through peace. Peace is not merely the absence of conflict. Peace is the presence of alignment. It is the feeling that comes when your actions match your heart. It is the rest you feel when you stop betraying yourself. It is the quiet joy that rises when you choose truth over fear. Peace will become your guide. Peace will become your teacher. Peace will become your companion. Let us pause. Inhale peace. Exhale tension. Peace is a message too, perhaps the clearest one of all. My dear, the wiser part of you has not finished speaking. It will continue to guide you for the rest of your life. Not loudly, not dramatically, but consistently, gently, lovingly. You will hear it in your breath. You will hear it in your emotions. You will hear it in your body. You will hear it in your intuition. You will hear it in your moments of silence. You will hear it in the way your heart shifts toward kindness. This message is not leaving you. It is becoming part of you. Let us breathe one final time. Inhale continuation. Exhale the idea of endings. There is no end to this conversation within you. Your inner voice will continue speaking. Your heart will continue guiding. Your spirit will continue awakening. Your healing will continue deepening. Your life will continue softening. Something wanted you to hear this. And now, something within you wants to keep speaking forever.